Under the neon glow of Night City, where the future collides with the remnants of the past, there stands a figure, a silhouette against the chaos. A cyber cowboy armed with revolvers that tell tales of old worlds and new challenges. Amidst the high-tech sprawl, they face an opponent in a showdown that echoes the duels of the Wild West, yet imbued with the cybernetic edge of 2077. The air crackles with tension, not just from the imminent gunfire, but from the merging of two eras, where the grit of the frontier meets the gloss of cybernetics. In this moment, the ultimate cyber cowboy is not just a player in Night City's game. They are a bridge between the tales of yesteryears and the unwritten stories of the future, wielding Amnesty and Old Reliable as extensions of their will, ready to carve a path of redemption and glory through the urban wilderness. Welcome back to the channel, folks. Today we're galloping further into our immersive build series. This episode, we saddle up for a journey through Night City, weaving the rich tapestry of cowboy fantasies with Cyberpunk 2077's futuristic thrills. We're embracing the spirit of the Wild West redefined, exploring how traditional cowboy tropes thrive amidst the skyscrapers and cybernetics. Our ultimate cyber cowboy doesn't just carry weapons, they bear the legacy of duels and daring, adapted for the digital age. Amnesty and Old Reliable serve as our six-shooters, while High Doom brings the rapid-fire fan-the-hammer technique to life for a slice of action that's as nostalgic as it is futuristic. Our arsenal extends beyond firearms, with the Projectile launch system adding a modern twist to the cowboy's dynamite, offering crowd control with a bang. This build is about balancing the scales of justice with precision, power, and a touch of the theatrical, ensuring every encounter feels like a scene straight out of a Western epic. Navigating Night City as a cowboy reimagined for 2077, we find ourselves in saloons replaced by neon bars, standoffs that test our reflexes and cunning, and bounties that draw us into the heart of the urban frontier. This isn't just about survival. It's about making a statement, dispensing justice with a style that blends the lore of yesteryears with the possibilities of tomorrow. So join us as we redefine what it means to be a cowboy in a world where the past and future collide. In Night City, every corner holds a story, every showdown a chance to become legend. The ultimate cyber cowboy build isn't just a way to play. It's a way to live out the fantasies of the Wild West in the digital age, where honor meets augmentations in the quest for redemption and glory. In the sprawling, neon-lit expanse of Night City, a figure emerges from the shadows of the towering mega-buildings, a man out of time, yet precisely where he's meant to be. Elijah Holt, known in the quieter corners of the city as the Outlaw, carries the weight of the old world on his shoulders, his gaze fixed on the horizon of a future caught in the relentless grip of technology and corporate dominion. Raised on the outskirts of the Badlands by a family of nomads, Elijah's childhood was steeped in tales of the Wild West, stories of honor, duels at dawn, and the relentless pursuit of justice. These tales, whispered under the vast starlit sky, instilled in him a code, an unbreakable moral compass guiding his every action. Yet, as the encroachment of the city's neon claws began to defile the purity of the Badlands, tragedy struck, claiming the lives of his kin and setting Elijah on a path of retribution. Armed with Amnesty and Old Reliable, two revolvers that echo the bygone days of gunslingers and outlaws, Elijah ventures into the heart of Night City. Each weapon, a testament to his heritage and his unwavering resolve, serves as a bridge between the past's valor and the present's moral ambiguity. In a world where justice is a commodity to be bought and sold, Elijah stands as a solitary figure of defiance, an anachronism who seeks to right the countless wrongs inflicted by the city's elite and corrupt. The outlaw's journey is a solitary one, punctuated by standoffs that hark back to the storied duels of his forebears, yet distorted by the cybernetic enhancements and artificiality that permeate his battleground. Through the monolithic structures of the city, akin to the railroads that carved through the Wild West, he navigates a new kind of frontier, one where the clash of ideologies and the quest for sovereignty paint a complex mural of conflict and camaraderie. Elijah Holt's saga is not merely a fight against the external forces that seek to oppress and control, but an internal struggle to maintain his identity and values in a world that has all but forgotten the meaning of honor. As Night City evolves, so too does the outlaw, becoming a symbol of hope and resistance for those who dare to dream of a future where the essence of humanity is not lost to the digital abyss. Staring into the horizon, Elijah the outlaw Holt felt the weight of his wide-brimmed hat against his brow, shielding his eyes from the relentless sun that scorched the Badlands. A tangible connection to the dusty trails of the past, the hat's internal display flickered with a scan of the city's skyline, a grim reminder of the ever-present clash between man and machine. The weight of his coat, reinforced with ballistic fibers interwoven with reactive nanotechnology, offered both protection and a burdensome reminder of the heavy mantle he carried as Night City's unsung sentinel. Each step in his weathered boots kicked up the dust of the forgotten earth, a stark contrast to the cold, neon-slick streets he'd soon tread. The boots, retrofitted with silent treads, echoed the soft thuds of hooves on desert plains, a rhythm syncing with his steely resolve. His hands, clad in gloves etched with micro-circuits, itched for the grip of his trusty revolvers, the tools of his righteous retribution. The familiar weight of Amnesty and Old Reliable at his hips was a constant reassurance, a reminder of the justice he dispensed in a city that had none. As he surveyed the encroaching monoliths of Night City, a silent oath passed his lips, a vow to uphold the old ways, to fight for truth in a land where lies reigned supreme. The outlaw was more than a moniker. It was a creed etched into his very soul, a beacon of hope for the downtrodden and a looming specter for the corrupt. As the Badlands gave way to the urban jungle, Elijah's internal monologue was a chorus of the old cowboy legends, a requiem for the lost and a battle hymn for the battles to come. Elijah Holt's arsenal is a triad of death and justice, each weapon a chapter of his legend in the tapestry of Night City's violent narrative. First, Amnesty rests at his hip, a revolver with a reputation as a brutal arbitrator at close quarters. When the weapon clears leather, the air hums with expectancy, the short seconds ticking by ensuring a critical hit with each pull of the trigger. In the heat of a skirmish, where the weapon's handling turns as intuitive as a sharpshooter's instinct, it becomes an extension of Elijah's own lethal will. Then there's Old Reliable, a mid-range harbinger of precision, its lineage traced to the infamous Cassidy Reiter. This piece is no mere firearm. It's a deliverer of headshots, a masterwork that sings a siren's call to the skull. Swapping to Old Reliable feels like a conductor raising his baton, ushering in a movement of destruction, the headshot damage spiraling with each yard of distance, an ode to the pinpoint accuracy of a cyber cowboy's eye. Lastly, the High Doom serves as the wild card, a modded marvel that dances between a smart weapon and an explosive statement. When the chamber spins and the targeting system locks on, High Doom spits out a relentless barrage, each round a homing beacon of ruin. In aimed fire, it transforms into a rapid fan-the-hammer volley, each round exploding with the potential to carve out Elijah's path through the toughest of firefights. Together, these three weapons are more than mere tools. They are instruments of fate, guided by the outlaw's hand in the grand, grim symphony of Night City. Navigating the complex web of Night City's streets, Elijah Holt embodies the quintessence of survival, his journey interwoven with the mastery of cool, tech ability, reflexes, and body attributes. Each aspect meticulously chosen and honed not just reflects his tactical prowess, but resonates deeply with his storied past, from the desolate expanses of the Badlands to the neon-lit alleys of the urban jungle. In the nascent stage of his journey, Elijah harnesses focus, bolstering his lethality with the rinse and reload perk, hastening his readiness after each takedown. The no-sweat perk feeds his resilience, conserving his energy in the fray. With pull, the air itself becomes his ally, bending to his will as he effortlessly dispatches incoming threats. Head-to-head allows him to sustain his momentum, each enemy felled reinvigorating his focus. And deep breath offers a reprieve from chaos, the world slowing down around him as he lines up his next shot with supernatural calm. Ascending to Phenom, the Deadeye within Elijah awakens. The High Noon perk whispers of showdowns past, quickening his reloads and sharpening his senses, while California Reaper replenishes his vigor with every precise shot. Longshot ensures his justice knows no bounds, distance holding no sway over his aim. The quick draw perk complements his swiftness, his weapons moving from holster to hand as fluidly as a mirage. As a legend, nerves of tungsten steel become his moniker, guaranteeing that each shot carries the full weight of his intent, no matter the range, each pull of the trigger a sentence delivered, each bullet a period at the end of it. Elijah's understanding of technology morphs into mastery as he ascends through the tech ability tiers. With all things cyber, he becomes one with the machine, the cybernetic enhancements woven into his very flesh, enhancing his capabilities beyond the limits of flesh and bone. Renaissance Punk and Chrome Constitution fortify him further, his resilience matched only by his adaptability, becoming a true amalgam of man and machine. In the Phenom stage, license to Chrome becomes his creed, his armor not just a shell but a second skin, each new cybernetic slot a deeper integration of tech and will. Extended warranty prolongs his technological dominance, and Cyborg ensures his arsenal of enhancements is always ready, the cooldown's merely a pause in his relentless advance. Reaching legend, Elijah embodies Edge Runner, a term that doesn't just define his edge on the opposition, but his ability to run headlong into fury, with bonuses surging through his circuitry, each takedown a trigger for an unstoppable storm of damage, critical strikes a certainty. His very life force is the fuel for this power, a price he's willing to pay for supremacy. After fully embracing the Edge Runner ethos, Elijah's mastery of tech ability deepens, expanding his technological supremacy. Venturing into another aspect of tech ability, starting at the foundational level, marks his relentless pursuit of dominance. Glutton for War boosts his resilience after every victory, while Transfusion and First Aid perks ensure he remains ever vigilant, a step ahead in the ceaseless dance of death and survival. Ascending to Pro, Health Freak elevates his resilience, turning him into a paragon of vitality. Borrowed Time offers a lifeline in dire straits, a testament to his indomitable will to survive. Coming in Hot and Demolition Surplus ensure his grenades are always at the ready, turning the tide of battle with explosive precision. Field Medic underscores his quick reflexes, a boon in the heat of combat. Reaching Phenom, Pyromania ignites a destructive force within him, his every action sowing chaos among his enemies. Burn This City and Heat Shield turn his battlefield into an inferno where he reigns supreme, while Friendlier Fire shields him from the flames of his own creation, allowing Elijah to walk through fire unscathed, a phoenix in human form. Next, Elijah delves into honing his reflexes attribute, a critical component of his evolving arsenal. Muscle memory and multitasker weave seamlessly into his repertoire, allowing for a ballet of gunfire even as he dances through danger. These abilities ensure that his hands remain as lethal when in motion as they are in stillness, his firearms an extension of his will, never faltering, never pausing. Power Slide and Parkour enhance this dance, pushing his physical capabilities to the edge of human potential, making each movement a testament to his mastery over the concrete jungle. The evolution continues with Dash, a skill that turns movement into an art form, his body cutting through the air with the precision of a scalpel. This ability transforms the battlefield into a canvas, where his dashes paint strokes of evasion and attack, a fluid motion that confounds and overwhelms. Can't touch this layers upon this foundation, a shield woven from speed, making him untouchable, a wraith in the midst of battle. Steady grip and mad dash further refine his approach, the former ensuring that even in the heart of motion his aim is true, each bullet a harbinger of his intent. The latter turns his aggressive maneuvers into lethal encounters, his dashes not just for evasion but for domination, closing distances with deadly intent. Mean Streak complements this onslaught, replenishing his vigor with each adversary felled, a cycle of motion and death that leaves no room for hesitation. Elevating to the Phenom level, Elijah's reflexes attribute takes a leap forward with Air Dash, slashing stamina costs and surging his speed for mid-air dashing. This skill lifts his agility, enabling unparalleled aerial navigation. Aerial Acrobat and Aerodynamic refine his control and defense in the air, ensuring Elijah becomes a near untouchable force from above. At the Legend tier, Tailwind boosts his stamina for sustained aerial dominance. These advancements mark Elijah's transition into an aerial combat legend, blending the essence of the Wild West with Night City's futuristic tech. His evolution embodies not just a fighter's spirit, but the very pinnacle of adaptability and tactical mastery. In the thick of Night City's conflicts, Elijah Holt's body perks are the linchpin of his survival. Painkiller keeps him in the fight, providing a constant drip of health regeneration, a silent ally whispering resilience. Speed Junkie ramps up this regeneration, a critical boost in the heat of battle, ensuring Elijah's swift recovery from each encounter. Comeback Kid magnifies his resilience as the odds stack against him, transforming peril into power, with each hit taken fueling a faster comeback. Surrounded by foes, Army of One kicks in, turning the tide by boosting his regeneration based on the number of adversaries, proving that even when outnumbered, Elijah stands undaunted. Reaching Phenom, Adrenaline Rush, elevates his survival tactics. It's more than a perk. It's a game changer, offering a buffer of health that shields him from immediate harm and decays over time, a testament to his ability to outlast and outmaneuver. Supporting this heightened state, Calm Mind extends the lifespan of his adrenaline-fueled edge, while Juggernaut and Unstoppable Force amplify his combat capabilities, ensuring his movements and attacks carry the weight of his undying spirit. Together, these perks don't just enhance Elijah, they redefine him as a relentless force, a testament to the human capacity to endure and excel amidst the chaos of Night City. Elijah Holt's path through Night City is a tale of defiance and transformation. With cool, tech ability, reflexes, and body attributes woven into his essence, he redefines the urban battleground. From the Badlands to neon streets, his journey showcases unmatched resilience and adaptability. Each battle not only tests, but also fortifies his legacy, proving that Elijah is more than a survivor. He's a force thriving amidst chaos. In Night City, Elijah's saga illuminates the power of perseverance, turning strife into triumph. Elijah Holt stands as a true cyber-enhanced outlaw, navigating the chaos with cyberware that's as precise as it is deadly. Each enhancement he carries tells a story of survival and cunning, marking him as a force to be reckoned with in the urban sprawl. In the depths of his cerebral fortress, the Axolotl chipset cools the heat of battle, slashing cooldowns with each enemy dispatched, a gift exclusive to the echelons of Phantom Liberty, marking Elijah as a figure not bound by the conventional. The Mechatronic core pulses within, its circuitry humming with power, elevating his dominance over the mechanical beasts that roam the streets and skies, while augmenting his neural network to handle the onslaught of data and decisions that flood through him. His arms, transformed into weapons of precise destruction, house the Projectile launch system. Each explosive projectile it launches sings a song of devastation, morphing the battlefield to his will, with the toxic Projectile launch system adding a venomous note to his symphony of violence. The Epimorphic skeleton and Rara Avis enhancements gird his frame, meshing steel with sinew to forge an indomitable bulwark, while the Universal Booster primes his every movement with heightened vigor and diminished fatigue, making each step a testament to his unyielding resilience. The nerve-weaving magic of the Kerenzikov system gifts Elijah with the ability to bend time to his will, a dance of bullets and evasion that turns combat into an art form. Deep field visual interface and Neofiber augmentations sharpen his senses and defense, crafting a warrior poised with predatory precision, ever ready to diminish the threats before him. Beneath the surface, the Painducer and Defenzikov systems work in silent vigil, converting pain into power, a reminder of the scars and struggles that have shaped him. The chitin layer beneath his skin whispers of endurance, of battles endured and foes vanquished. The chrome compressor within his core, a nexus of potential, allows for a vast array of cybernetic augmentations, choosing the subtlety and speed of Kerenzikov over Sandevistan's brute force, a decision that speaks to the soul of a cowboy amidst the cybernetic maelstrom. Elijah's gaze, sharpened by Kiroshi the Oracle optics, pierces through the urban camouflage, revealing the hidden threats and opportunities that lace his path. A tool that turns the chaotic streets into a navigable maze, each enemy illuminated and each trap unveiled. His hands, linked to his arsenal through the Ballistic Coprocessor, turn each ricochet into a calculated stroke of genius, a ballet of bullets choreographed by his will. The lifeblood within him, bolstered by the blood pump and safeguarded by the second heart, ensures his survival through the darkest of encounters, a circulatory sentinel that guards against the finality of death. And in the leap, the reinforced tendons propel him, a defiance of gravity that echoes his defiance of fate. Each jump a flight towards destiny, a symbol of the freedom that courses through the veins of Elijah Holt, the cyber cowboy of Night City. As the sun dips below the skyline of Night City, casting long shadows that merge with the neon glow, Elijah Holt stands alone, a sentinel amidst the chaos. The air hums with the electricity of potential conflict, the distant clamor of the city's denizens blending with the soft whir of cybernetic enhancements beneath his skin. This moment, this breath before the storm, is where the cowboy ethos meets the cyberpunk reality, a high noon of the future. Elijah, the embodiment of a bygone era brought forth into the digital age, carries with him not just the weight of his revolvers, Amnesty and Old Reliable, but the legacy of those who walked the earth before the rise of the mega-buildings. His attire, a blend of ballistic fibers and reactive nanotechnology, serves as armor not just against the bullets and blades of his adversaries, but against the erosion of the values he holds dear. In the silence that precedes the gunfire, Elijah's cyberware systems hum softly, a chorus of mechanical symbiosis that prepares him for the imminent battle. The Axolotl chipset and Mechatronic core within his cerebral fortress sharpen his edge. The Kerenzikov system's nerve-weaving magic slows the world to a pace where bullets seem to crawl through the air. His gaze, enhanced by Kiroshi, the Oracle optics, scans the horizon, identifying threats with the precision of a predator. The streets of Night City, alive with the anarchic symphony of the night, bear witness to this lone figure. Elijah, with the city's heartbeat pulsing beneath his feet, embodies the resilience and defiance of those who refuse to be crushed by the relentless advance of progress. His journey from the dusty trails of the Badlands to the neon-lit alleys of the urban jungle is a testament to the enduring spirit of the outlaw. As he steps forward, the reinforced tendons in his legs preparing to launch him into action, Elijah reflects on the journey that has brought him here. The enhancements that intertwine with his flesh, the weapons that have become extensions of his will, and the cyberware that bolsters his capabilities, all are tools in his quest for justice, symbols of his adaptation to a world that straddles the line between flesh and machine. The showdown looms not just a confrontation with those who stand before him, but with the very essence of Night City itself. In this crucible, Elijah Holt, the ultimate cyber cowboy, is not just fighting for survival, but for a future where the tales of yesteryears and the unwritten stories of tomorrow can coexist. Amidst the digital frontier, under the watchful eye of the neon gods, Elijah's saga continues, a relentless pursuit of redemption and glory, a battle hymn for the battles to come. And as the first shot rings out, echoing against the concrete canyons of Night City, it's clear. This isn't just another fight. It's a declaration, a reaffirmation of the outlaw's path, a dance of death and honor under the neon lights, where the past and future collide in the shadow of high noon. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the streets of Night City with Elijah Holt, our ultimate cyber cowboy. If you enjoyed this dive into the heart of cyberpunk reimagined Western lore, don't forget to like, subscribe, and follow our socials for more tales from the urban frontier. As we leave you in the afterglow of Night City's neon, remember that every shadow holds a story, every bullet a tale of valor and defiance. We'll see you in the next episode, where we'll explore another corner of this vast digital wilderness, continuing our quest for redemption and glory in the cybernetic age. Until then, keep your revolvers at the ready and your eyes on the horizon. The future is vast, and the past is never far behind.